Hôm nay Mai rất vui được đứng ở đây để giới thiệu với mọi người một nhân vật đặc biệt đến từ New Zealand. Đó là anh Leon J, một trong top 50 Internet Marketing quốc tế. Và Leon J là người Anh. Và hôm nay anh có mặt ở tại Việt Nam lần thứ 2 để chia sẻ với chúng ta những kiến thức cũng như là những kinh nghiệm và những gì anh đã trải nghiệm qua 12 năm kinh nghiệm kinh doanh của mình. Can you come here? Do you remember how to say hello in Vietnamese?
Ciao.
Ciao.
I want to get some idea of where everybody is with internet marketing. So, hands up if you saw me speak last time I was in Vietnam. Anybody? Now I know there's at least one, so somebody's not listening. Okay. How many people have seen Mai present at one of her evening seminars or one-day events?
Em muốn hỏi là bao nhiêu bạn ở đây đã tham dự workshop lần trước ạ? Tháng 7 ạ, tháng 7. Và bao nhiêu bạn đã tham dự một trong 2 buổi hội thảo làm ít hơn kiếm nhiều tiền hơn của Mai ạ?
That's the kind of response I was expecting. How many people here run their own offline business? Okay, a few. Good. And how many people here have a business online already? Okay. So it gives me some idea. Now, this is going to be interesting. We've never tried to do this before. I've got my PowerPoint here in English, and somehow it's going to match here in Vietnamese. We hope. So what I want to start by saying is that the difference between online and offline business is really not that different at all. The principles of business should be applied to an online business in the same way that you would to an offline business. So what are the rules to a successful business? What are the 7 fundamentals to any business, whether it be online or offline? And the first is to have a good idea. Okay, it's the concept behind which you build your business. Now, there's a lot of people who believe that an idea is worth $1 million. An idea is worth nothing if you don't do something with it. So there has to be more to good success than just simply a good idea. And the next component to becoming successful is to have the correct knowledge. It's to have the correct information with which you can apply that idea. So if you want to make that idea real, you are going to need to have the correct education to help you make that idea a reality. The next thing that you're going to need is the correct tools. You're going to need the correct equipment to actually manifest your idea. So if you have the knowledge and you have the idea, but you don't have the tools to make it happen, it can be very, very difficult. So that's the next stage. We're going to need to find the right equipment or the right tools to which we can make this idea a success. The next component is you're going to need a team. Now, I know many, many successful people. A lot of friends of mine are millionaires or multimillionaires, and I've studied the biographies of many, many more. And one thing I see consistently across every single one of those people is that not one of them has done it alone. Every single one has had a team behind them. Now, you may know famous people. You may have heard of people such as Robert Kiyosaki or T. Harv Eker, and I know they're becoming more and more popular in Asia now. But not one of these individuals, not one of these names became successful on their own. They may be the name that you recognize, they may be the name that you know, but not one of them could have done it alone. Each one of them had a team behind them. So this is perhaps one of the most important things when you're first starting out, is to recognize that you want to get a team around you. There's a, well, it's not going to work in Vietnamese, but there's an acronym, a way that we look at team, TEAM. Together, everybody achieves more. And this is very, very important. It's the mistake that I made when I first started out. You know, a few years ago, I was sitting in the room just like you. I was sitting there listening to somebody else talk. And I had the idea that one day, once I made money, then I would get a team. Okay? This was my idea. I needed to make money first because I was sitting there and I had no money. I started out with nothing. And so when you start out with nothing, you can't, you always think that you need something else to build a team. You think you need some money to build a team. You don't. This took me 4 years to learn. If there is only one thing you learn this weekend, if there's only one thing that you walk away with by the end of Friday, and that's the knowledge that you have to go and build yourself a team before you take another step, then it will be worth you coming. If you walk away after the 3 days and you ignore this one piece of advice, everything else will be a struggle. Okay, this is the one thing I can tell you right now. There's 1,001 good ideas. There are a lot of different tools. There are a lot of different methods and strategies to achieve the same thing. But not one of them allow you to do it on your own. So, you know, I'm here because of Mai. Okay, I could not be here on my own. Now, you may recognize Mai, but you will also see that she has some more team around her. You know, we have our translator, we have our camera crew, we have our girls on reception, we have the expanded team, the staff in the hotel who are helping out organize the room and make this event possible. So you see, every single person comes together to play a part in the success of any idea. And if you start out with no money, then look to your friends, look to your family, look to other people who are trying to achieve the same result as you, but have different skills to you, and come together to work together. And that way, you don't need to hire staff. Okay, you can come together and work and bring your skills to make something happen. But if you try and do it on your own, like when I first started, I was trying to do, I had to learn how to program HTML. I had to learn how to design graphics. I had to learn how to create a product. I had to learn how to write sales letters. I had to learn how to manage servers. I had to learn how to generate traffic. You can see there's a lot of learning. Okay, now in all of that time while I'm learning, I'm not doing. Okay, and then when I do start doing, I'm not that good because I haven't had much practice. So now I have to learn each of these skills, I have to practice each of these skills, and finally, after several years, I'm finally good enough to start making some money. Does that make sense? So, this is why I'm stuck on this point of team. You really, really need to look around you to find other people that have the skills and can help you achieve your dreams. Now, one of the side benefits to this is also that each person in your team will help you expand your network. Again, any business relies on its network. Now, I'm sure you probably have the same saying in Vietnamese as we do in English. It's not what you know, it's who you know when it comes to business. Okay? Because in almost any country, this principle is the same. That your contacts, the people that you know, will help you achieve the success in your business. The first 4 years I spent online, a lot of that time was establishing contacts, making friends in the business that later made my success become possible. So by accumulating a team, by building a team around you, you will expand your network because your project will have a greater reach. It will have a greater network around it. Now, of course, you also need action. You know, you can have all of these other things, but unless somebody does something, nothing is going to happen. It's interesting. I've been to so many events, both as a participant and as a speaker, and I consistently see the same faces in the audience at many of the events that are held in the same place. And it's interesting because I know that these people now have the correct knowledge. And when I speak to them, what I find is that actually they just haven't taken any action. They keep coming back because they think they've missed something. They think there is something else to learn for them to become successful. And the truth is, the only thing that was missing is them doing anything. Okay, they may do a little bit, but then they give up quickly. And so it requires consistent action, consistent, persistent action to get results. And to take this action, you need the final principle, and that's the correct attitude. Again, if you're doing business with the wrong attitude, then it's either going to be painful or unsuccessful. Whenever you hear me speak, I will always talk about having the attitude towards business, that business is a game. Okay, business should be a game. Think of it as fun. Think of it, I mean, how many of you play some form of challenge game, like a strategic thinking game, either online or board games or like chess or something like this? Anybody? Nobody wants to admit it. How many of you play sport? Nobody? Come on. Somebody here. Okay, thank you. If you play...
You have to wait for the translation.
Yeah, I know. If you play any form of sport, any form of game, why do you do it? For fun, right? That's what sport, that's what games are about. Does that mean that sometimes you don't have to think? Does it mean sometimes you don't have to take action? Does it mean sometimes you don't have to sweat and be in a bit of pain? Okay? If you look at any true professional, any true enthusiast, they will suffer for their sport. Okay? Because they enjoy what they do. Personally, I like mountain biking. Now, mountain biking comes with pain. I couldn't walk for 6 weeks after one accident. Does that mean I failed? No, it just means I had an accident, right? And so the same is with business. If you look at it as you will see challenges in your business. Some days your business will be going great. You'll be flying down the mountain and you'll be having a lot of fun. Other days you will be pedaling up the hill or falling off the bike. That's part of the sport. Okay. Now, if you are a mountain biker, you accept that that is part of the sport. If you want to get into business, you need to take the same attitude. You need to be prepared that some days everything will be going well. Everything will seem perfect. It will be so much fun. Other days you're going to be sweating and you're going to be in pain. That is the nature of the game. However, if you have the attitude that you are playing a game and you take it seriously enough to try your best, but with enough attitude that it's a game to enjoy what you do, to not take the failures or the pain too personally or too serious. That is what will get you through each day. That's what will carry you through the times when you will reach the challenges in your business? I can see he's struggling. One second. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry. I've been asked to repeat the last sentence. So basically you need to take the attitude in business that business is a game. It's what will keep you moving through the days of difficulty. And I don't know any business that doesn't have challenging times. Okay, there is not one